Welcome back to Weekend Today. After 6 weeks of relentless campaigning, it's finally decision day for the Voice to Parliament. In just moments, voting booths will open across Australia, and new polling this morning in The Australian still points to a no result despite a late swing towards yes. For more, today's talkers, Northern Territory Senator Malarndirri McCarthy, and in Perth, commentator Carmen Braidwood. Malarndirri, I want to start with you. You've been at the forefront of this campaign. What's the overriding emotion this morning?
Look, when I look outside here on Gadigal country and see how gorgeous the day is, Clint, I feel very, very hopeful. I certainly know that we've still got over 10 million Australians to hit the polling booths today, and I'll be reaching out as much as I can to every booth that I go to today in Sydney. What
about to you, Carmen? It's certainly been a heated debate, an emotional debate. How do you think it's been handled by both sides?
Yeah, shout out to our West Australian First Nations people, the Noongar people, and look at our beautiful sunrise over the Derbarl Yerrigan. We have great affection for our Indigenous and our First Nations people, but I'm really saddened by referenda. I don't think I like them anymore. I don't think we can play nice, and I think it's time that we stop putting the identity of our most marginalised people up for debate in this country. The same thing happened in equal marriage. Thankfully, it was a good outcome for those people, but I don't think today is going to turn out the same, and it feels a bit like it was a waste of effort.
Well, Malarndirri, what about the campaign generally? Has the Yes campaign done enough? And is there anything you would have done differently, do you think?
Well, I just want to commend Carmen. Thank you for your words there in terms of First Nations people in this country. We certainly never give up. You know, we've been here for over 65,000 years, Clint, and whatever happens today, we will be reaching out still with that hand of generosity and requesting that people see that this is simply an advisory body. That for the rest of you, Australians, when you get up tomorrow, it won't mean much. But for First Nations people, today means everything.
Carmen, just to you finally on this issue, would you like to see a Voice to Parliament legislated if it doesn't get up?
Yeah, I would, and I think that decision probably just should have been a parliamentary decision in the first place. We've got wonderful senators like Senator McCarthy there to do this job. They know better than we do what the issue is, but we do believe in enshrining constitutional recognition. And if that had been the question on the referendum, I think it would have been harder to argue against that, and maybe today would have turned out a little more positively. Look, I don't want to write it off yet. We've still got an opportunity to vote.
We've still got the whole day. In fact, you know, this is the thing. Whilst many of us have been campaigning for so long, for ordinary Australians, today's the only day they're probably going to give it any consideration. No. So we are reaching out to each and every one of you.
Malarndirri, why do you think the PM tonight will be in Canberra? Do you read anything into that?
Look, no doubt he's got to prepare also for Parliament. We go back to Parliament on Monday. You know, the world still moves on. We've still got to determine the pieces of legislation that goes through Parliament this week. And I have every confidence that he and both Linda Burney will be preparing for that. All
right. Well, thanks so much for your time on Weekend Today. Good luck to you today, Malarndirri. Carmen, thanks so much for your time as well.
Thanks,
It's
Clint.
8 a.m. Here are today's top stories.